Sometimes I feel like a motherless child, a long way from home. A long way from home. A long way from home. True believer. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. A long way from home. And so we have my brother Zamaya Sherelle.
Shalom, shalom, Israel. Peace and blessings, peace and blessings. Hey, family, just do a quick audio check. If my audio sounds okay, if you could please put a 1 in the chat, family. Just please put a 1 in the chat if my audio sounds okay. And hopefully everyone's doing well and blessed. Apologize for the late minute live. Oh, thank you. I see a bunch of 1s in the chat. Toda, thank you, family. Hallelujah. All right. Well, again, apologize for the last minute go live, family. However, I just couldn't sleep without saying thank you to all the Mishpachah that made it out to the conference. Hallelujah. We had an overwhelming showing of support at the conference, family. Hallelujah. If you didn't know, it was a two-day conference that we had in Tampa, and the African Israelite Justice Foundation was blessed to be invited. And man, let me tell you, family, for me personally, it's been a long time since I've been to a conference of that magnitude. And family, you could tell that the Mishpachah, that family was ready for it. I mean, we were ready. Family was thirsty. I mean, the fellowship, the love and support shown by everyone, got a chance to, like we say, fist bump and man hug. All the Mishpachah that came from all over the world, family. And let me tell you, if you don't know, family, like this event, you could say almost didn't happen, because as the brothers were putting it together, and shout out to Brother Lorvins and Ron Dalton Jr. I mean, a big shout out to those brothers for pulling this thing off, family. They had to put up, the capital dollars to get it, everything reserved, and paid hotels and artists and all this, all sorts of stuff, family. And they still pulled it off. Not only that, not only did they have to deal with vendors, not only did they have to deal with, musicians and schedules and all that stuff, family. But check this out, family. They also have to do with the enemy. I mean, they also had to deal with the enemy. Like, for instance, as you look at the screen, you see this nice facility, right? And this is just a facility that the brothers wanted to reserve so that they could have Shabbat service, along with showing the movie, Brother Ron Dalton's new film. And get this, family. So as they're working hard behind the scenes to try to put this together, guess what the enemy tries to do? So the enemy tries to make this not happen. The enemy, whomever at this point remains nameless, however, Most High willing, we will get those names. But the enemy called this facility and tried to get them to not host Black Hebrew Israelites / Ron Dalton Jr. at this facility. Now, I'm using their terms, so don't get mad at me if I say Black Hebrew Israelites, but I'm pretty sure maybe that's what they said when they picked up the phone to try to prevent this conference, this gathering, this love, this fellowship, this brotherhood from getting together. And it's interesting, family, because you think at this point, the enemy would have learned, because the Nation of Islam, and forgive me if I keep bringing this up, but I just have to use the Nation of Islam brothers as an example. We are all aware that they do have I'm just going off the top of my head, was a roughly $4 billion lawsuit against the Anti-Defamation League and Friends. And the reason why I bring that up, family, is because in that lawsuit is listed things such as not or preventing them from being able to gather on their holy day, preventing them from getting together and fellowshipping and exercising their First Amendment right. And so therefore, that among other things, they are suing the ADL and Friends for roughly $4 billion. And fast forward to today, or this couple of weekends or past weekends ago, we had the same thing happen to the Israelite or African Israelite community. So what do you think we gonna do? Most High willing. And I will talk a little bit about that a little bit later on in this live. And like I said, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet, family. I know it's late. Those of us that have jobs, we got to get up in the morning. So I don't want to keep you up late, family. But I couldn't sleep, family, without telling you thank you. And if you're wondering, you're like, well, Brother Benaiah, how come it's taking you so long to get up to say thank you and to put out a video? Well, if you don't know, so we went to the conference, we fellowshipped, we had a great and awesome Shabbat. Man, let me tell you, like I said, I can't rave enough about this conference. Maybe it's because I haven't been to a conference in so long, but these brothers even had food. They fed this crowd, family, and it was a monster crowd. The crowd on the second day was bigger than the first day. I believe what you're looking at is the crowd on the first day. The crowd on the second day, that was the crowd that came for the movie. And it was so many people that we had to grab chairs from the back and put the chairs in the aisle so that people could sit. It was that packed, family. And it was that packed, that blessed, family. And I actually forgot where I was going with that, family. But let me tell you, family, you had to be there. This was a blessed event. Oh, where I was going with that was the food. With all those people, they fed all those people, all of our people, all of we people. And it wasn't like chips and snacks and dip. It was forgive me, brothers, for those of you all who were there. If I can't regurgitate the menu, the only thing I remember was some jerk chicken, because Lorvin's ordered from, I think it was like this Jamaican restaurant that wasn't too far away. But they laid it down, family. People ate. They were fed. They had leftovers. They was putting out donuts afterwards. People ate twice. That's right. I saw it. Fed us twice, both days. And actually on that last day, people ate 2 times. Because they had like little bitty snacks and stuff afterwards. You know what I'm saying? And you know how we do, family. We gonna be about the business. We're gonna watch the presentations, but then we gonna fellowship. And man, did we fellowship, family! I tell you, and that's the thing that I miss. I miss my mishpachah. If you know your brother Benaiah Ben Israel, family, I don't have aught against nobody. I love as much as I can. Great Abiyah. Great. Glory to Abiyah for that. Hallelujah. And I wish the best for all of my brothers and sisters. And it was just good to see you all, fam. And so, like I said, I just wanted to say thank you. But check this out, family. So after all that brotherly love, and I'm gonna get to, actually, let me see if I can get to my slides here. Hang on. I did take a few pictures, and these are pictures from, I believe these are pictures from mostly my camera. So I think they're from my camera. So I'm mostly in the picture. So if you can ignore me and focus on the other Mishpachah, other family. But I can't tell you, family, the number of people that I met, that we were able to network, with the African. I was there on behalf of the African Israelite Justice Foundation, and just for for those folks that may have dialed in for the first time, you wondering, well, what in the world is the African Israelite Justice Foundation? So we are an organization that we fight for the rights of Israel, of the African Israelites, right? It was birthed out of the whole Kyrie incident, when we saw the public lynching of Kyrie, and we wondered, where in the world is the NAACP? Where are all these other Black organizations? They were eerily silent, right? They just let the public lynching go on and on and on and on and on. And and something was birthed that day. What people don't realize, family, is something was birthed that day when that event happened. And this is one of the things that came out of that, that situation, was the birth of this organization. So, and that's why it was a kind of a blessing to be here, to be with Ron, be with Lorvins and our board of directors. That's it. On our screen here, you're looking at some of our board of directors. And it was great to fellowship with the board, and and as representatives of the board, we were also able to like I said, network, and we met a lawyer or two, paralegals that could help in our endeavor to help fight for the rights of Israel. And actually, family, and we actually put that invite out there to the community, that if you are an African Israelite, and you want to volunteer for the organization, just be on the lookout. We will be announcing something probably the beginning of the Gregorian next year in May, because we are, most high willing, we are going to we're believing to do some very big things next year. Hallelujah. Very big things, family. I mean, David and Goliath type stuff, right? But let me just kind of run through some of these pictures, family. So you can see, Brother Ron, and that's Brother Saint Vic. He was at, he's kind of based out of Atlanta. I'm based out of Atlanta. It was good to catch up with him. And, of course, you got VP there. We did have a little table set up. We were positioned near the front. We were able to hand out little bitty notepads, and we had these little, refrigerator magnets that you can put on the refrigerator that has our number and contact and all that good information. But man, shout out to this brother that showed me these refrigerator magnets. That's old school. And he had this thing called like a QR code. He's like, hey man, let's trade numbers. And so he whipped out his card, and it had a QR code. I thought he was handing me the QR code. He's like, no. He's like, get your phone, scan it with your phone. Take your camera and scan it with your phone. So I scanned it with my phone, and it pulled up his contacts, and it said, do you want to save to your contacts? I clicked on yeah, and it was saved to my contacts. I was like, man, we could have saved a couple of $100. So just for those of you all that's looking to do conferences in the near future, don't waste your money on any business cards or refrigerator magnets. Yeah. Let me put your comment up here. She said dot card. I guess that's what it's called, a dot card. Toda Ima Kana, dot card. So I guess that's what it is. So yeah, you just buy one of those, keep that on your person. So anytime you want to exchange numbers with somebody, you take out your dot card, you say, hey, we'll just scan this card with your phone. Scan it with your phone, boom, it's in their contact. Save you a good $100 if you from oh, I see. You're welcome, Ak. TGA Assembly. I appreciate you, Ak, man. You saved us some money down the road, man. Look us up the next time we're in a conference together, man. Hallelujah. All right. Let me see if I can hang on. I'm trying to do two things here at once. But yep. So we're able to hand out some information, give out some information as far as what the organization is about. We were able to share some of our early cases, because we have had cases for the African Israelite Justice Foundation. We just hadn't really published a whole lot of them. One of those, I mean, you all are already aware of it. That was the in South Africa when they tried to ban Ron Dalton Jr.'s movie from being seen in South Africa, and they wanted to make it illegal to show the movie anywhere. That's DVD, video, streaming on the laptop, on the USB drive. They were trying to make it illegal in all of Africa. And hallelujah, we were able to work with Brother Ron on that and help fight that. And we testified that, hey, man, Yahuwah gave us the victory on that one. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Praise be to the Most High Abba Yah for that. And so we also had some other cases that we shared with Mishpachah. But the long story short, family, we are just starting. We are just beginning with the organization. And like I said, come next year, family, or actually not next year on the Gregorian calendar, not next year in the Hebrew, our calendar, but next year on their calendar, family, we are looking to do some big things, family. So stay tuned for that. This purpose of this video wasn't really to go into details about that, but I just wanted to mention it to you to just let you know that we are getting ready to turn it up. We about ready to get turned up. And part of that motivation, family, was this conference. We heard about, just going through the crowd, family, and just going through Mishpachah, we heard about the need in Israel for it, family. The need in Israel for a voice, the need in Israel to have some, to have an advocate. And that's the main thing that we are, family, is an advocate, a voice. Like I said, the purpose of this video was to focus on was to give a big thank you and shout out to the conference. But I do want you to know, family, that we are working behind the scenes. We are sending out letters, family, letters, and I believe our legal department told me that we sent out letters to over 20 organizations, SPLC included, right? And introduce the organization. B, to ask them questions, right? We want them to be able to answer, why are Black folks listed on that extremist list of yours? What qualifications are you going by when you stick us on, on that list of yours? And we want to hear their explanation for that, family. There's a reason for that. But anyway, we're doing stuff like that, family. So, Most High willing, as that sort of track matures, Most High willing, we will be able to share more and more of that. But just be on the lookout for that, family. All right. But just going through Mishpachah, man, we were just able to our brothers in Ox in Florida, man, it was just good to meet everybody. Even brother Divine Prospect was out there. My goodness. I hadn't been on location with this brother, I believe, since Fort Lauderdale. We did a conference down in Fort Lauderdale at Pastor Johnson's assembly. So shout out to Pastor Johnson. Big shout out to my big Ock, Divine Prospect, man. He was out there. He was representing. Big shout out to Big J Lutch. He was holding it down, dropping those lyrics as usual, smooth as usual. The quintessential poet, and it. So he was doing his thing, man. It was good seeing Jay. I hadn't seen Jay in forever, man. And we were just going through meeting family after family after family. And this is the Zakenium. I believe I'm saying that right. The Zakenium. The elders, man. The elders had gotten together, man. And this was something to see, family. This was something to see the elders getting together. And I actually had an epiphany today, family. I'm gonna share it with you right quick, because I was driving back from work, and I was thinking about Yahuwah, right? And I was thinking about, man, I was like, because I was watching this, I was listening to this video where this brother was he was just describing Yahusha, right? And he was describing Yahuwah, and just going through the biblical descriptions of him. And how it's the hair white like wool, right? And the beard white like wool. And I'm thinking about that. I'm like, man, you know what? Yahusha and Yahuwah look like a Zaken. Think about that, family. Yahusha and Yahuwah look like a Zaken. Now, of course, I'm not talking about Yahusha when he was 33. I'm talking about, the depictions when it talks about Yahuwah, in heaven, right? White like wool, burnished brass for the skin, right? Man, I was like, man. So that was the first epiphany that I had. I was like, man, the Father and the Son, man, they look like Zaken. And then think about this, family. The older we get, the more we look like Yahuwah. the older we get, the whiter your beard gets. Come on now. The older we get, well, those of you all that have here, I'm at the age now where I have to keep my top clean, right? But just think about it, family. For those of you all who are blessed to have, hair up top, and that thing, it goes from black to white, and you come to the realization that you no longer have to use midnight cocoa bean on it to get it black. you can embrace the white, right? You can embrace the white and just let it go. That's one of the things I did, family. And actually, part of the reason why I did it was because I used to dye my beard for a little bit. Then all of a sudden, that transition from when the dye starts wearing out, it starts turning this weird color out, and people start commenting on them, say, "Hey, Benaiah, look at your beard, man. What's up with your beard?" So I had to leave it alone. I was like, you know what, Most High, I'm gonna embrace, the whiteness on my beard, and actually, like I said, after that, the epiphany today about, Yahuwah, white like wool. I was like, man, you know what? The older we get, the more we are looking like our daddy. Hallelujah. Anyway, I know that you say you learn something on your way to learning something, but that was my lesson to myself for today. Hallelujah. But yeah, just going through the pictures, man. I'm telling you, family, I don't remember half the names. Forgive me, family, but all I know, I just say Mishpachah. I look at family, I say Mishpachah. Hallelujah. Everyone was looking right and tight, right? Little man came up. Shout out to my little youngster here. He came by to stop him and his mom stopped by the table. But yeah, man, we were just meeting and greeting. And this is Ema Pat Snipes. And actually, if Miss Ema Pat Snipes don't mind, I'm gonna show 2 minutes of her video. So Ema Pat Snipes, if you don't know, she is putting together a museum, a Hebrew Israelite museum, like a physical museum that you pay money and you go, of course you go into the building and you have, exhibits and videos and stuff like that. So she is in the process of putting that together. And praise be to the Most High Abiyah that, we're working together to put some videos behind those exhibits. So I was able to, at least work on some videos for her. And let me just show you one. Like I said, I'm just going to show you part of it because I don't know if she wants me to show the whole thing, but I'm just going to show you the beginning part of a video that we were working together for the museum, or at least this might be an advertisement for the museum. So let me play this real quick.
Humankind was created in Africa and dispersed from there to occupy most of the lands on earth. We will begin our story with the observance of Father Abraham as he and his family left the civilization of Ur through the Promised Land and into Egypt. We witnessed him receiving promises from the Almighty that he would have many descendants, that they would be a blessing to the world, and that they would be given a promised land. Abraham also sees a vision of his children's enslavement and affliction for 400 years in the distant future. It will take place in a land that will be unfamiliar to them. Abraham has Isaac, Isaac has Jacob. Jacob is renamed Israel, and his descendants become enslaved in Egypt.
Our journey continues.
And all right. And that's enough of that. I don't want to show too much. But yeah, you want to see the whole thing, reach out to Ema Pat. Reach out to Ema Pat for that. Oh, shout out to Sister Ema, Sister Oil of Joy. It was good seeing you. I tell Oil of Joy she looked just like my cousin. So maybe I could bring my cousin's picture and show it to you. But all right, family. So let me get back to the slide if I can remember where I put it. Oh, here we go. All right. So that was Ema Pat. Like I said, she has the museum. So definitely support Ema Pat if you can. But this is an actual Israelite museum, family, an actual Israelite museum. And she's also working on curriculum, for schools. So this is actual curriculum that schools can use that should be accepted by your local state. I mean, it is that good. And just working. I mean, like I said, we all working to rebuild this kingdom, family. Hallelujah. All right. So again, just kind of like I said, just going through the pictures, family. Some of these pictures were after the conference, and that was someone took the picture. It wasn't me, obviously, but took a picture of me just doing the presentation on the African Israelite Justice Foundation. That was my Ak. Came by, showed his support, actually gave me some great ideas for videos. So thanks to my Ak here. We might, most high willing, have some interesting videos coming up. And that's again Ak St. Vic. He's actually standing in front of the food spread. We actually had 2 tables, but this is one of the tables that you can see behind him. I don't think you can see any food dripping from the lips, but these brothers are well fed. I can tell you that much. Hallelujah. And this is a coach that came by with his son. I was giving her props for her shirt. I was like, man, where'd you get this shirt from? So if you guys know where I can get this shirt, this Obaya, please let me know so I can buy some. I'll also, most high willing, put it on the channel so you all can buy some as well. And that's another thing, family. For those of you who want to sell, if you have Israelite merchandise, if you could please send that to me, family. Trying to think the best address to send that to me, because let me put this in the chat, family. Let me do Benaiah for Israel at Israelite Justice.org. And hopefully I didn't misspell it. Benaiah for Israel at Israelite Justice. All right, this should be my email address. So if you have Israelite, Hebrew Israelite clothing to sell, let me know. Send me an email. Most high willing, we will start to show some of that. Give you all some exposure so that you can sell your products. So give me a shout out, family. Also, I can't necessarily make any promises, but also if you have music, feel free to drop me your music as well. Of course, it has to be, I got to prove it. So it's not, make sure it's not Beyonce like. But yeah, just do that for me, family. Just trying to do some different things on the channel as we expand out to different platforms. Hallelujah. All right. But all right, family. So we had that going on. Again, this is during cleanup. As you can see, they're stacking the tables. They're trying to be polite and tell us to leave, but we're still fellowshipping. you know how we do, family. They actually had to flicker the lights a little bit. I think the lights flickered. And yeah, and it's some young ox came up to me, man, and these guys were excited, man, about where we are at as a family and what we were doing as an organization, and they were giving some shout outs for props for the videos and stuff, man. So it is a blessing to get that feedback, man. It's a blessing to get that feedback. So at least for me, for all, man, I can, speaking for the artists and for the people that do this work, family, because whenever we do videos, we don't get a chance to see the impact, right? I mean, we're just, we're grinding. We're doing this research. And shout out to Big Chief Morey Yahusha, Big Chief Morey Moshe. I mean, they know about research and putting that work in. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of grind that goes in. And, sometimes when you're doing videos, family, and you press the button on your computer to upload it, we have no idea how it's impacting, Israel as a whole. And one of the ways we get feedback is when we go to these conferences and we hear your testimonies. Man, I'm hearing testimonies of folks taking these videos and showing their family, teaching lessons off these things. Man, let me tell you, family, that's additional motivation, family. Hallelujah. Continue to share, man. I mean, that's additional motivation. So thank you, family, because it's like to me, it's a process, right? Process one, it's kind of like an assembly line. We make the videos, or if you're a musician, you make the songs. But then you, family, different people take it and share it. I mean, without Miss Picard sharing it, nobody will see it. I can testify to that, because I know when I first got started with the videos, and I was frustrated, family. I was creating all these videos, but nobody was looking at them, because it just didn't have the exposure. And in hindsight, it just wasn't the time, right? It wasn't the time for the Great Awakening. But praise be the Most High, the awakening's here. But you know what I'm trying to say, family. So it's for those of you who share it and use it and turn around and make it your own and teach out of it, man, bless you, man. Hallelujah. Bless you, Miss Picard. This Zakane, Elder David, and I forgot Elder's name on the right. But man, these Miss Picard came down from all over the country. I mean, you're talking about from Michigan, and some of our board members had to drive 15 hours just to get here. 15 hours. And I'm not going to call any names, but somebody left the conference at this was like after day 2. So day 2, that was the end of the conference. You can probably look off to the right. It's dark outside, right? And I want to say we were wrapping up, because we had to close everything down, break down the booths that we were at, kind of walking out to the car, that whole back and forth stuff. So that took a while, family. So I want to say we were done maybe 9, 10 o'clock. I mean, keep me honest here, family. That's what I remember. I want to say 9, 10 o'clock. But family, we had Miss Picard that had to then drive back home. That I mean, and going back home was like another 7-hour drive, and we were like, "You got to go back now." I'm not gonna call any names, because we were giving Miss Picard a hard time. It's like, can't you wait until the morning? Well, just let us know you made it back safe. And praise be the Most High Abiyah, she made it back safe. But man, I mean, people went to extremes to get here, and they went to extremes to get back home, family. I just want you to know that. And again, a big shout out to Brother Ron, man. They had to endure so much just to get this thing put on, just to have a movie and also have a Shabbat service. He had to endure. And for those of you who are may have joined late, I'm just going to retell the some of the trials that these brothers had in trying to put this thing together. I mean, just the facility, they paid the money for the facility. They had a good working relationship with the facility owners, man. I mean, you have to let Lawrence tell you, right? But they were putting this thing in, man. They were putting this work in, and all the things that go along with putting the conference together. If you ever put a family reunion together, take that times 100, right? So they were doing that, and then in the midst of that, just because either it's Ron or just because it's an African Israelite congregation, they called the facility to try to get them to not host it. Like, hey, you guys have some Black Hebrew Israelites there. Hey, you have Ron Dalton there. hey, you guys, you kick him out, right? Kick him out. And so, but praise be to the Most High. They didn't listen to him, and we were able to have the conference, have the fellowship, have Shabbat service, and and like I said, family, we won't forget this, family. We won't forget it, and hopefully at some point in time we can address and try to find out. Like I said, at some point in time, family, we need to know who's going around making these phone calls, right? Anytime we try to get together, right, either it's an African Israelite congregation, or if it's Ron Dalton or Lorvins, or it doesn't matter who it is, family. But anytime we try to get together and somebody's making phone calls to try to get it to cancel it, we need some names, family. We need names. So if any of that sort of stuff happens to you, family, see if you can get us some names, because we want to see if it's if it's a habitual offender, like if it's a organization that's causing this sort of thing, that's infringing upon our First Amendment right. We need to know that, family, because believe you me, we will address it. Most I will, but we have a strategy about it, and like I said, I'll talk a little bit about it before we drop off. Like I said, I wasn't gonna keep you long, so let me hurry up. All right, so just to kind of scroll through some of these pictures, family. Like I said, Mishpachah, it was great seeing everybody. These are Facebook pictures, right? I believe that's the last one on that. But and just to give an update about the Benaiah Israel channel. So after this beautiful fellowship, family, after you can see that the facilities were awesome, were excellent. And I'm just going to back up my slides all the way back up to slide number 1. Let me see if I can do that. There we go. But yeah, so family, so after everything was finished, go back to the hotel. You drop on the bed, right? You're dog tired. I know Ron and Lorvins were dog tired. Probably everybody else was too. But you get back to the hotel, tired, man. You're sleeping in, and wake up in the morning, and then everyone's going home. Everyone's kind of departing, going their own direction. Some people are hopping on planes. Some people are getting in cars. I was driving in the car. I had a nice little drive ahead of me, fam. And so, you get all that, you make it all the way back home, back to your family and friends. And praise be the Most High. As far as I know, everyone made it back safe. Praise be the Most High for that. We did pray for everyone's safety, for traveling mercies. So thank you, great Abiyah, for answering our prayers. But made it back, family. And as we're kind of winding down, I know me personally, winding down, family, I get this little YouTube notification. I'm like, what is this? And I take a look at the YouTube notification. It says, the Benaiah Israel channel has a strike. I was like, a strike? What is it? What are you talking about a strike for? I'm looking at it, fam. And it's interesting because, so whenever, I don't know, family, if you've ever gotten a YouTube strike before, but the way it works is that, so YouTube, gives out a strike, right? And on the particular strike that I had, it said, you have a strike for hate speech. And I was like, for hate speech? We don't condone any violence to nobody. We don't condone going harassing nobody. What are they talking about, right? Because everybody and anybody that knows an Israelite congregation or an assembly, we don't teach that. Like, we don't teach violence. We don't teach, going after people and harassing people. So for anyone to come up with that narrative, like, that's a stretch. Right. That's something that, and to be quite honest with me, I try to be quite honest all the time. Right. But just to be transparent with your family, that sounds like something that the ADL does. And I don't say that lightly, because they have a track record of doing that. Case in point, right. That shooting that occurred in New Jersey, right. In that grocery store, where the attorney general if the New Jersey attorney general said that, hey, there's a lot of people going around saying that these are Hebrew Israelites. We've investigated, and basically he was saying, he was accurate or whatnot, but he was like, we investigated, but there's no relationship, right? There's no relation. And the only reason why people were saying that, like they said that there was a relation, was because 4 years before somebody said, I thought I saw him at Israelite Informational. And then I guess the brother must have put some Israelite stuff on his Facebook 4 years ago. But then he got upset with the Israelites, and then he deleted his account. dropped his Israelite name, right? That was 4 years ago. But then when a crime occurs, then the ADL tries to, I call it casting this illusion of violence and tried to place this crime at the feet of African Israelites. That was just one example. We all know about the other. Well, the other example was, I want to say in the same area, there was a white Caucasian male. He ends up taking his pellet gun and he targets an Ashkenazi and his son, right? But then Jonathan Greenblatt goes on the Breakfast Club and portrays that incident as an African Israelite incident. It's like stuff like that is what they do, right? So when I saw this attack on the Benaiah Israel channel, that they were saying that, hey, we saw hate speech on your channel. That's the first thing that popped in my mind. And I don't think I was wrong, and I'll tell you why. So whenever somebody gets a strike, and you get the strike, and the strike will have a timestamp on it. And so you can click on a timestamp, and I screen captured all this, right? Because I had a feeling that we're going to be using this later, if you know what I mean. So, but I took a screenshot of it. I mean, and not only did I take a screenshot, I did a screen capture, right? So that everyone will be able to see what they said was hate speech. And what they said was hate speech was an advertisement for this Tampa conference. It was basically the what was it, the 1 minute advertisement that was talking about, hey, come to the conference in Tampa, see you there, and register at, and it gave the URL. That was it. So that was the hate speech that they accused the Benaiah Israel channel for, gave it a strike. So took it offline for a whole week. So I could not update it. I couldn't let you guys know what was going on. That's why I couldn't, because when I got back from the conference, I was excited and anxious to be able to share with you, my experiences with the conference, share the testimonials with you from the conference, share the testimonials from from Shabbat, because we had an excellent Shabbat service, but this enemy came out of nowhere. Maybe it was somebody at the conference, but I mean, who knows, family? Who knows, right? So that, you would have thought that was enough, right? And this is, this is the part that I shared. I'm going to share with you the part I didn't share. So then later on that night, family, I get another notification from YouTube on my hip. Hate speech strike. I got another strike. Where does this come from? So I'm looking at it. So you may not know, family. So I literally have two primary channels on YouTube. So the primary one is Benaiah Israel, and the backup channel is Hidden Hebrews. And I use the Hidden Hebrews channel for the most part to upload my drafts. Like before I'll send like a formal, like the completed video over to Benaiah Israel channel, I'll first, my pattern was I would first upload it to the Hidden Hebrews channel. And I would upload it and I would look at it, find errors, that sort of thing, and then go back to the program and make the updates and then upload it again. And whenever I would upload it, family, I would label it. I would give it a number. Like I'll say upload number 1. I'll put the name of the video and then a number after it, upload number 2. So I remember back in the I did a history documentary on the ADL and showed how they were a racist group from the start. Like their founding was racist, right? They were founded because they were trying to convict an innocent black man, Jim Conley, for the crimes of Leo Frank. And then when Leo Frank ended up getting convicted, the B'nai B'rith organization that Leo Frank was the president of, they then turned around and created the ADL the next month, right? Like that's who they are, like from the very get, that's who they are. So I created a documentary for that on my channel where I go into the history of the ADL and show, some of the underhanded things that they have done to our community. So on the Hidden Hebrews channel, I was uploading drafts of that, right? So I uploaded a draft of on the video file it said ADL 1, ADL 2, ADL3, right? As I'm uploading the different versions. So then I like I said, that later that night, I got a strike notification, and it said strike on the Hidden Hebrews channel. And the reason why that one was so perplexing, family, is because most of those videos, if not all of them, particularly the ADL videos, were either private or unlisted. So what happened was, whoever it was went into my private videos and gave a private video a strike. Now, I will say that it could have been unlisted, could have been potentially, but it definitely was not public. So for them to go and give a strike to something that is not visible to the public, right? And then of course it was the same thing, family. You click on it, it takes you to a spot in the video that wasn't talking about anything. Wasn't no hate speech, wasn't no, because like I said, we don't do that, family, right? We don't do that. And that's what they did. So again, I captured it. We started a new file. So that's going into the file. We got that information going into a file, and we put a call out to the community. And actually, I'll put a call out on this channel as well. So family, if anything, all right, testing. Hopefully my mic's okay. My mic went out for a hot second here. But if anything like that has happened to your family, please email that to me. Let us know. It's particularly in, on YouTube. Like if you're on YouTube, and if you've done something like, if you were trying to share Brother Ron Dalton's commercial for his conference that included a Shabbat service, and YouTube took that down for hate speech, please email that to, and actually let me put this back in the chat, and I will actually pin it this time. I apologize, I forgot to pin it. So Benaiah, oops, keep touching my mic. Benaiah for Israel, make sure I'm spelling it, at Israelite Justice justice.org. Let me make sure I got that spelled right. Benaiah for Israel at israelitejustice.org. I'll pin that one. So yeah, so if you get a chance, family, like I said, if any sort of thing like that has happened to you on the YouTube platform, please let me know. We want to check to see if there's a pattern of bias, right? Because I mean, we know that there's all kinds of videos out there with people saying all kinds of things within this, in that, right? But we want to see if there's a bias towards a group or a people or an organization. That's what we're looking for. So if anything like that, if you've posted anything, if you were trying to upload, show a video advertising the conference, which included a Shabbat service, and YouTube took it down or somebody reported it, please email that to us, family, because what we're going to do, we need to look for a pattern, right? We want to see if there's a pattern of bias, a pattern of against a protected group, because we are a protected group, family. Hallelujah. So anyway, but that's what happened. So on both channels they placed a strike. On one, they placed it on a commercial for the Tampa conference. And that was on the Benaiah Israel channel. It was literally a commercial that they placed a strike on. That said, hey, come to Tampa. Hey, go to, and it gave the address and register. That was it. And that's what they called hate speech. They flagged it as hate speech, took the channel down for 7 days. And then on the Hidden Hebrews channel, they went and grabbed the video that wasn't visible and gave a hate speech strike to that, which same thing, didn't have hate speech in it. So anyway, but like I said, family, I guess the time for that stuff just sliding by and not having an advocate, that time has passed. So that's why I'm kind of chuckling, like, okay, all right, well, because the first thing I did, family, I took it and I handed it to our lawyers. So anyway, But anyway, but all that being said, family, like I said, I will just bear with me. I think we will have more to share, most high willing, in about a month. But just be aware that we are moving, family. Like as the African Israelite Justice Foundation, we are moving, right? I mean, like I said earlier on, if you're just joining, we have, and I give a big shout out to our legal team. I mean, we have reached out to other organizations like the SPLC, of course, the ADL, and challenging those organizations on some of the assertions that they've made. And in addition to that, we are, most high willing, you will start to see some litigations come out, and we aren't shooting for small fish. I'll just put it to you that way. So that I won't, like I said, I won't say too much, but hopefully within a couple of months, we will have additional information to share. So just be on the lookout for that, family. And in the meantime, what I do want to share with you, family, I'm going to see if I can share my my screen here, because just want to let you know that so part of the strategy going forward, family, is I'm going to restructure things a little bit. And one of the things that we're going to restructure is I'm going to see if we can move a good bulk of the platform over to the Rumble platform. And for those of you that haven't signed up for Rumble, just want to ask you to consider it. And let me see if I can grab the Rumble link really quick. And so basically, if you haven't been on Rumble, it's just another kind of like a YouTube-like platform. And we put this in the chat as well. So at some point, because right now we are broadcasting on both YouTube and Rumble. So we're broadcasting in both places. So Rumble is a little bit more user-friendly. That you don't necessarily see the censorship, the level of censorship that you see on YouTube. So we're hoping that, for, how can I put it, calmer waters in Rumble, right? Because they seem to be a little bit more resistance to, to whatever bias is going on over in the YouTube world. So if you can, please, family, just make sure you got Rumble up. So that way, if we have to get out any information to you, show you some videos and that sort of thing, you won't miss it. You'll have it in both places. I mean, feel free to keep your YouTube if you want. Most high willing, we don't have any plans of pulling it down unless YouTube does. But we'll leave it up as long as the most high willing. But definitely make sure you have the Rumble. The Rumble URL. Let me see if I can pin it. All right, there's a Rumble URL. Probably should have a better user-friendly URL. I'll fix that later, family. But anyway, see if you can get that. We are also on Instagram, but let me see if I can share my Instagram page here. Yeah, bear with me, fam. I'm trying to do this on the fly. All right, so Instagram handle is hang on, family. So Instagram. Benea Israel on Instagram. So this is the Instagram link. So like I said, family, just make sure, if you don't mind, family, you have more than one way to connect, just in case one of these goes down. Because based off of what we have planned, family, I'm anticipating the heat to get turned up. They might try to shut some channels down when we start bringing folks to court. You know what I mean? Like, we start bringing folks to court, having some big lawsuits. Who knows what sort of stuff blowback we'll see on social media. So I just want to make sure we have this framework in place, so that when we do start going to the next level, we'll have multiple ways of communicating. And the last thing I'll say to you, fam, before we close out tonight, as far as topic wise, we will be updating the African Israelite Justice Foundation YouTube page as well as the website. The YouTube page link will change slightly, and I will republish that as well. but we just want to redo that one so that it's not connected to any of these other YouTube channels, because right now they're sort of connected in the background, and really they shouldn't, because they're totally separate. Like the African Israelite Justice Foundation is a nonprofit organization with its own board and all that other stuff, so it really should be on its own. So we're going to make it on its own. So, but that is that. All right, family. Well, like I said, that's all. I just wanted to share, family. I mean, I just want to say thank you, family. Love you guys. Love you all, family. Thank you for everyone that came down, fam. It was just so good to see everyone. Mishpachah I hadn't seen in forever, it seems. And just to hear the feedback. I mean, the facility was great. The Mishpachah was great. The everything was great. The food was great. Everything was great. Wish you all can make it down. So, most I will. And if there's another one that gets put up, I think you definitely want to make sure that you're there, because it was something to behold, family. Hallelujah. All right, family. Well, thank you. Oh, appreciate you. The King's daughter. Thank you for the super sticker. And thank you everyone for dialing in. And I think that's it. Any questions in the chat I can answer real quick before I drop? Love the core. Just looking through the chat, family. All right. Don't really see anything in there. All right, well, family, I'll let you go. Get some rest. I know for those of you all have work tomorrow. Have a blessed day tomorrow. We'll catch up later, most high willing. Love you, family, and shalom.
with Mo.
Humankind was created in Africa and dispersed from there to occupy most of the lands on earth. We will begin our story with the observance of Father Abraham as he and his family left the civilization of Ur through the Promised Land and into Egypt. We witnessed him receiving promises from the Almighty that he would have many descendants, that they would be a blessing to the world, and that they would be given a promised land. Abraham also sees a vision of his children's enslavement and affliction for 400 years in the distant future. It will take place in a land that will be unfamiliar to them. Abraham has Isaac, Isaac has Jacob. Jacob is renamed Israel, and his descendants become enslaved.